Hello everyone. Welcome to Sunset Café. Today's episode is called The Caregivers. Four caregivers sat down for coffee and cake, and out of nowhere, they started talking about, bowel movements. This is what a caregiver's coffee break sounds like. Please enjoy.
The other day, I was in the dining room, and I smelled it. The smell of stool. And then, one of the staff with me gave me this look, like, you know who it is.
You can tell right away whose it is. If it smells kind of sour, it's probably diarrhea.
Since it was mealtime, I quietly took the resident to the bathroom so no one would notice. We wiped down the chair and disinfected everything without saying a word. Then I went and told the nurse right away.
That's really amazing. Honestly, I still don't feel like I know anything. I'm anxious all the time.
We were all like that at first. But after you've been doing this a while, you just start to know.
Taking care of residents is a lot like taking care of a baby. When you watch a baby every day, how they cry, how they drink milk, what their poop looks and smells like, you start to pick up when something isn't right.
I still remember when I saw Kawano-san tell the nurse that a resident looked unwell. Even though the nurse had just checked their temperature and blood pressure, she said, "Please, I'm begging you, check again." I was so surprised.
Back then, I couldn't even say what exactly was wrong. I just knew something about them seemed different. I felt I had to speak up.
And after that, their condition worsened quickly, and they were taken to the hospital.
It's not logic. It's like a parent's intuition.
Sometimes you can sense when someone is nearing the end just by looking at their face.
After you've been here a while, that becomes something you pick up naturally.
The other staff would just look at each other and nod, but I couldn't see the change. And then, the resident really passed away soon after.
I was in my second year as a caregiver when, on a night shift, I noticed something different in a resident's expression. I called over my senior coworker to check. She said, "Yeah, you saw it. Good job." That gave me a little confidence.
When you notice those small changes, and everyone on the team is tuned in, the work becomes more rewarding.
You start to feel a little proud.
New residents often really want to go back home.
Sometimes, right after their visitors leave, they slip out through the automatic doors. If they walk normally, people can't tell they're a resident.
Some of them always try to go home at night, with a bag in hand.
And we have to tell them, "Please stay here tonight. We've got your bedding all ready." It can be hard to convince them.
I remember a woman who went missing and walked for hours until she reached her house.
We all searched and later found out she'd climbed out through the laundry room window.
It was a hot summer afternoon. We called the police and split up to look everywhere outside.
What happened to her?
Someone next door found her outside her house, covered in sweat, drinking water from the faucet.
I was so relieved she was safe.
In the end, everyone really wants to live at home. You can't deny that.
No one wants to be put in a facility. But there comes a time when it's just too much for a family to manage.
We always hope they'll feel safe and happy here.
Little by little, they get used to it, each at their own pace.
And then you start to see them smile more, or hear them talk to you on their own. When that happens, it makes me so happy.
Happy, huh?
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm actually helping.
Sometimes just seeing the residents sitting together, peacefully chatting, makes me think, I'm so glad I chose this work.
It heals your body and soul.
Caregivers can never truly become a resident's family. But we see them every day, morning, noon, and night. We help them eat, bathe, use the toilet, and join activities. We get to know their condition and their feelings more closely than anyone. That's what being a caregiver is. See you next time.